All right. So this morning, I I've been trying to work on music in the mornings just so I can get it out of the way because yeah, after work I'm generally pretty tired and out of energy. So I'd at least like to get some music in my day. So anyway, let's work on music in the morning, and I have a drum set in my room this term, and I walked over to turn off the snare because I thought it was being annoying, but then it occurred to me that I could use the snare as a kind of resonator for like I could like play music into it through a small speaker, and I can sort of like capture the buzz of the snare, or I guess any sort of other reverberations that the snare head makes. So I was kind of just making awful noises this morning. I guess here I was like, what was I doing? Sounds like construction. Guess there's some pretty big resonances there. What if I turn off this reverb? Yeah, I guess I even cut some of it out. So without this EQ, yeah, it's pretty severe. But yeah, this was, I guess I was sort of, what was I doing? This whole thing. I was doing that with one hand and then sort of, I guess, like pressing down on my snare with the other and just messing around with noise. I guess I did another one with synthesizers. I like the rattling noise. I think I like the sound of the snare vibrating over these like long synth tones. I think maybe I don't like it as much. Like I was feeding that sample into it, and I think this is a bit too noisy and chaotic. It sounds like it's coming through a poor radio. I think I like it when it comes through this, or when the synths are playing through the snare. This was just a sort of quick loop I made in session view. It kind of reminds me of Lori Spiegel, I think was her name. Old synth music. So slow down. Let me speed it up. I actually like the tone of like that low F. Yeah. What if I resample this with all the effects? Okay. Yeah. This range, I think I like that. So let me cut the areas around it. if I flatten this and then pitch it down more. I like the sound of that low note. It sort of sounds like it's fed through some sort of formant filter, or like a talk box almost. Sort of is like very, I don't know, sounds like a voice almost. Could I put a phaser on it? I don't want stereo. Yeah, I just like the sound. Anyways, that's one thing I wanted to share. The other thing was, I guess, yesterday I forgot to share this. So what did I share? Yeah, so I shared this version of the small sample edit I made. I really like, and I've just been thinking about throughout the day, just wondering what I'm gonna do with this. But I guess I also around that time I also made like this version of it, which so this is an older thing that I made. Another beat that I kind of like. I think there are good ideas in here. I think it's a bit slow and plodding. But I feel like there's a way to fix it. It just hasn't occurred to me how. But I thought the vibe of this maybe could sit well with the other thing that I made. So I was just testing out like how they sit next to each other. Yeah, I like the hard cut. To me, it's very gratifying. just like the small fraction of a second where there's just silence. I really like. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought putting these two things next to each other felt unexpected, which sort of made me happy. I think both pieces need work on, like they both need work separately, but I don't know. Just wanted to test out I guess, putting these things next to each other, and that's probably it for today. Yeah, see y'all.